2017, our guest here today is a senior in the state finals. If you would, introduce yourself.
Geordon Blanton again, from Johnson Cetnral. Just finished baseball at Marshall, and this is my senior year state finals.
Now, coming in, you won the state championship 2015. That video's on the channel. If you haven't watched it, after you watch this, go back and check it out. 2016, you run into a guy named Ben Barton, Trinity, and come in third.
Right.
So let's kind of, before we get into this year, the 2016 state tournament, everybody know going in, you were the defending state champion. Mm-hmm. Everybody wants a shot at the champ.
Right.
Nobody wants to say they beat the state chump. Everybody says they want to beat the state champ. They're not going to sit around and tell their grandkids, man, I pinned this fish from, whatever school.
Right.
No, they're going to say, granddad beat the defending state champion. Daddy beat this person. And I asked a lot of guys this question that are returning into high school, multiple time state champions, is did you feel like every time you stepped on the mat in 2016 and 17, everybody knew who you were? Everybody knew Geordon Blanton's coming to town. Everybody knew Geordon Blanton's going to be in my bracket. I've got to give it my best.
Partially, but I know you mentioned it on another video. I think maybe it was Zach. Matney did a great job of wrestling us out of state for the most part in West Virginia, Ohio, Tennessee, Virginia, all these places. So I do believe once I got to a tournament and the seedings came out that I was gonna be higher, one of the higher seeds, and that, people around the state knew me. Mm-hmm. But as far as going, out of the state, I thought I had to prove myself every match, and that's one thing you kind of touched on it. I love saying I beat state champions, and that's one thing that is awesome about wrestling in Kentucky. You have that one state champion. If you beat the state champion, you beat the best wrestler of that weight class in the state. And
no, you're exactly right. And the 2016 coming in third. After the match, are you coming off? Are you dejected? Or are you thinking I'm never going to lose again? What are we thinking about after that? Because to me, it's not necessarily that you got beat. It's what did you learn from it?
Right. And I learned that I think I got outworked that year. I was hearing stories about Ben Barton, training to the point where he had, some difficulties breathing and stuff like that. And I thought he outworked me that year. He's in better shape. He was in better physical shape. He was a little bit stronger than I was, and I thought he was better prepared for that match than I was, and that's why he won. So I just told myself that if I was gonna get beat, he's gonna be a better wrestler than me. He wasn't gonna outwork me. He wasn't gonna be better prepared. So that's kind of one thing I took away from that.
No, that's this 2017, I'll say 2017, 2018. It's kind of like a information. Social media is booming. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all this is blowing up. I don't think TikTok is around them, but some states had the video on the state tournament or regionals, whatever their postseason was. You could watch somebody wrestle. You could kind of scout somebody out.
Right.
You could be wrestling in Virginia and say, okay, I'm going to pull up this guy's matchup. Like now, you can just about watch anybody. Right. You can go to their TikTok, go to their YouTube, whatever. Had you seen Ben that season? Had you wrestled Ben before that?
I never really knew much of him. I think we had the track wrestling, so I could see who he wrestled and the scores and stuff, but no videos and obviously no context with the scores. But I knew going into it, he's a very solid wrestler with from Trinity, some of the best coaches in the state. So, I thought he just did a great job, and he kind of knew how to wrestle me and did a great job of locking up on his terms and not playing into my strengths.
Right. But that's if you learn from it, then you really can't consider it. You may have got beat, but don't consider it a loss.
Right.
Do you remember what your overall high school record was, to put you on the spot?
I don't. Me and my dad talked about it. I wrestled every match in high school since 7th grade.
So I can't imagine it's, I would probably say in the 90th percentile of win percentage, because you were, a 6-time regional champion?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
That's one thing I kind of forgot about that I look back on that I thought was really cool.
That is amazing.
I think that was my first ever Matney hug. I had to wrestle. That's when Wayne County was really good with the Nevilles and the Sullivan brothers and the Troxel brothers. Yep. And I had to beat a 106 pounder from Wayne County in the regional finals my 7th grade year, who had beat me earlier that year. And I beat him in a close match in the finals, but that kind of didn't solidify it. Chase Blevins ended up having a great match at heavyweight that really locked us in, but that kind of put us over the top for the team title. And came off the mat, and that was the first hug I ever got from Matney, so that was really cool. That was a good memory.
So our Wayne County fans put in the comments of who it was that Geordon wrestled in. I guess that would have been what, 2015, 14, 2012?
Yeah.
From whoever Wayne County's 200 or 103 pounder or 106 pounder, I guess, in 2012 put that in. Now, before we talk about your bracket, we said in the first video, and I kind of broke it up on purpose, 3-sport athlete, football, state championship in football, 2 state championships in wrestling, and baseball.
Right.
You were on, I think, 3 or 4 team regional championships in high school, got to play in the state tournament, or I guess it was the Legends Park, Lexington Legends Park there. But you decided to play baseball in college.
Right.
So kind of walk us through your collegiate baseball career.
I mean, I just finished it. I had a great career at Marshall. I loved every
That's
second
why I'm wearing
of
my
it.
Green Monkeys. I didn't have a Marshall shirt. I got to get one for you and Joey.
Right.
Everybody's, you've got these Marshall guys on the channel now.
I would have brought one too if you'd have told me.
I didn't even think I thought I had one. I thought I got one after Joey, but I guess I didn't.
No worries. But no, I believe, I finished, I got 5 years because of COVID. I believe I got to play like 12 or 13 games the COVID year before we opened up against Florida that year, but got postponed. So I finished with over 200 games. And,
wow.
And I just, a great experience. I met a lot of great dudes along the way, some great coaches, and just had a great time and made some great memories with some really cool people.
Shortstop.
Yes, sir.
That's probably the most athletic position on the field, has to be shortstop. And we were talking off camera. The next step is possible, maybe like a semi-pro or some type of farm team or something like that.
Yeah, we'll see. Like I said, senior year didn't go as we wanted it to. I kind of had a bad year just hitting wise. It happens. Can't hang my hat on it, but yeah, we'll see what's going forward. What's the plan, and we'll figure it out.
Awesome, man. And just whatever it is, we know you're going to be successful at it, whether it's. But let's go through your bracket here. First round, you're wrestling Jordan Matherly from North Bullitt. You win that by a fall in 1 minute 39 seconds. Second round, you're wrestling Noah Comer from Louisville Trinity. You win that by a 12-1 decision. Quarterfinals, Lucas Carrillo from Oldham County. You win that by a 6-4 decision. And what some people said was a better match than the finals was your semifinals against Mason Smith from Walton Verona. And I've not seen the video on that, but I've heard the stories. I've heard it was an excellent match. Kind of walk us through.
Gosh, that's a tough one. I remember, not put the ref on the spot, but I threw him and I tossed him, and one of my just lateral drops almost, and I had him pinned for 1.5 minutes. He was he was flat. Like my forearms are cramping up holding him there, and I got a couple of pictures of it. He's just flat. I had both arms wrapped, but he ended up surviving it. Made it out of the period, and then I was kind of gassed at that, so he started pressing me with takedowns, but I was able to hold on, and I remember he was really, really tough on top. I didn't realize he was that good on top, but did a great job just keeping pressure on me, and it was a great match, like I said. But
it's you done what you had to do to win.
Absolutely, that's
And off camera, to a lot of guys that have like multiple time state champions, like your Isaacs, your Joes, Chris Dunns, people like that I've met with so far. We'll talk about wrestling with your dad. Dad always kind of pulls dad moves.
Right.
Kind of, he knows what's going on. He does the dad move, and he's going to do something slick to get you. Was there anything in that match that you're like, okay, I've got to pull a dad move because I know if I get beat here, I know I can't get back to the state finals.
Right. I don't know. I remember I had him pinned, like I said, for a while, but his nose started bleeding on me, and I was spinning around the mat. I was using my hands to wipe it up. I didn't want him to stop the match for a nosebleed.
And see, that's a dad move.
Right. You can call the pin first, and then more than welcome to fix your nose. But I didn't want that to be the reason I didn't pin him.
No, that's why I love doing this. Is little stories like that. I'm sure if I'm not the only one that's ever wiped up a speck of blood or whatever,
right.
Keep somebody from blowing the whistle, because we know blood's automatic stoppage. In case you don't know that in wrestling. But in the finals, you're wrestling Cameron Ward from Louisville St. Xavier. Had you wrestled him before?
Yeah, we were kind of talking about it earlier. I don't know if it was this year in the state duels or the year before. I think it was 3 weeks before the state tournament and the state duels. I wrestled him, and I pinned him. And I wrestled pretty dominant, I kind of taking him down, letting him up. And getting back points, not at will, but, after I worked for it. And then kind of talked about it in this match. It was a state finals match. I was a little bit more cautious, drawn back, but I knew what I needed to do to win. And I guess at that time, it was, it was okay with me
Right.
just getting the state title.
Mm-hmm. And like Matt Horn, after he watched his, I don't know if it was on camera or off camera, I don't remember. He was like, man, I wish I'd have had that one back to be a little bit more aggressive,
Right.
being able to push it a little bit more. Like I said, I was cautious. I didn't really want to go out and overexert or overextend, try, as they say, play hero ball.
Right. I knew I was a better wrestler, and I'm not being rude, but I knew I was a better wrestler that I was supposed to win, and
Right.
I just didn't want to do anything outside of the norm to, jeopardize that, I guess. But
I got you. All right, well, enough of us going on about it. We're going to put it on and get Jordan's take on it. We're back at the All-Tech Arena in Louisville. You guys, of course, are seeing what we're seeing in my patented line. You guys are starting to catch on, making bingo cards for me with stuff I normally say. And this year, I think 2016, they had all 4 medal place rounds or medal matches going at the same time.
Yeah.
1st, 3rd, 5th, 7th. And this year we went back to the one mat,
Right.
which was a good. I mean, you guys deserve to be one mat.
I
You
agree.
do. The videos that we've posted from the dungeon in Frankfurt, people that have never attended a wrestling meet have come up and been like, Alex, I didn't realize wrestling was so exciting. I didn't realize that, it was so cool. I was like, that's the way it is. That's the dungeon was special, but they did give you guys one mat here, and it's, of course, we're going to show it. Now this match, this video is home. It's a home video, and there is some footage I don't think Jordan's ever seen of before the match, and it also has the medal ceremony. So I'm excited to do it. Let's do this, man.
And I remember when they turned the lights down in that place, it'd go crazy.
Oh yeah. Had their glow sticks. You got Eric Friddle,
He's a great
friend
guy.
of the channel.
Great guy.
So you're kind of walking around, same white singlet, doing the thumbs, adjusting the straps.
Right. Typical pre-match routine
Yep.
every time.
So here you come out, wiping your feet off. You're red again.
Yep.
And you got Joe Catan as the assistant.
Shout out to him. He's the one that overturns the call for me. I remember that.
Come in. You can tell, muscular-wise, you're a whole lot bigger than you was in 15. You can just see it.
It's always tough wrestling schools like this. Like their coaching staff, they do a great job of getting, their
Yeah.
guys prepared. I don't know. I was talking to their coach. Kind of talked to me a little bit after, and the one little trick they pulled out on me was they kind of knew that I cautioned every time off the whistle by holding my hand like this instead of like that. And
Yeah.
he's in the ref's ear the whole time about it. He was saying just
Oh, okay. The airplane come out, taking off for a land or coming in for a landing.
like I think the first match I took him down 5 or 6 times.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, and this time I just didn't push the issue, but.
All right, out of bounds. Now we do have Greg Horn commentating because he's filming it with his camcorder. So if you hear some cheers, you know where it's coming from. Greg, we love you. You know that.
Absolutely.
There it is. Nope.
Yeah, I didn't set it up any, just.
Trying that little slide by.
Yeah, I thought I had it, but. This is my worst position in wrestling. Me and my dad argued about this, I bet, for 10 years.
Really?
I just, younger, I always hit the chancellor or the whip or the cement mixer and kind of go for the pin right away, and I just never really prioritized the front headlock. But going back on it, I wish I would have. It's one of the most beneficial.
Oh
moves,
yeah, it is. So Eric called a stalemate, back neutral. Circling. Joe circling. not really tried much offense here. Is it
Right.
just you're just being just conservative?
A little bit of conservative, but he's also doing a good job of staying low. And
Yeah.
like I said, I had already wrestled him before, so he kind of knew that locking up with me was played into my strengths and my favors. So he did a good job of keeping his hips back. That's why I was trying to do more upper body stuff,
Right.
but he didn't really put himself out there for throws like I normally do. And
So you take down,
absolutely,
and it like you just let you go.
Yeah.
So 1-0. 1 not 2. In case you don't know, you always want to give up 1 not 2. If you're in that situation, I should say.
that's that old patented stand up you saw last time.
Trying for some type of little shuck there. On the head, on the head. There it is.
Yeah, it's an ankle kick.
When I was putting this together, I forgot how slick that was, how smooth you were with that.
I hadn't hit a lot of ankle picks that year either, but that was a good one.
Trying for that bar, there you
That's what
go.
I did to him the first time we wrestled and got back points. I think I ended up finishing the match in this position. I think I had a double bar.
Really?
Yeah, and I remember I had it a couple of times throughout this match. I remember, and I just didn't run it the right way, and I don't know. I let him get out of it, but
All right, he gets blood time. Come over now. There's Coach Zane Burt and Coach Matney. Kind of getting a breather.
plays in my favor. You
Yeah.
know, like I was really confident at this point. 100%.
Now is Zane or Jim saying anything to you? Right, like Jim's talking to you. Remember what he's saying?
Probably just to make sure I'm circling, not backing up, and just keep wrestling my match, and just like I said, just brick by brick, and do what I need to do to win. I wish I knew exactly what he was saying.
No, it's I don't know who St. X coaches are right here.
They were there, they were younger. They were there. I mean, I wish I knew their names, but they were. I really enjoyed them. Just listening to them how they coach their wrestlers and just what they. I felt like I didn't really get to talk to them a ton, but I thought they did it the right way.
Right.
You see my elbow?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Now looks like
I think they called it on me, but
yeah, get you for a caution.
yeah.
He's trying Eric's. You even see the hands right there. Yep.
I hadn't been called for that all year. It was just kind of natural.
Yep.
But once you pointed it out to me,
There it is.
yeah,
He tries for a switch, let him
yeah,
go.
it worked for him.
Yep. But you knew enough to let him go.
Right.
So we're, I think 1-1.
Yeah. No,
Right?
no, 3-1.
3-1,
I took him
okay.
down.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. Caution green. 3-1. Digging in, get off me.
I felt pretty confident on my feet. I wasn't too worried about, getting taken down. That's why I was just making sure he
Right.
got that one besides two.
Did any of your Marshall teammates ever try you?
Oh, always. Yeah, we wrestled a bunch. I had a really good friend from Virginia who was good at Greco. Wasn't very good at folk style, but man, he could throw. So we'd get in the pools or we'd get into the weight room and stuff and just see who could throw each other. But that was a lot of fun.
That's Matt and Alex Horn said that when they got to UPike, they played defensive line at University of Pikeville, and they was talking. Everybody wanted to try them, and it's like
Right.
undefeated. They whatever beat your chest.
All right.
End of the period. So he's going to take down. Now, what about your top game had improved from when we saw you in 15 to here?
I thought I was just a lot more aggressive, I would say. Like I said, you'll see I try to chop catch, get the bar in, and put him on his back pretty quick. Like, I didn't like to waste time. I wasn't there to hold him down. Like, I wanted to...
Lift. There it is.
Yeah, I wanted to get a bar and a half in or bar and wrist or something like that and just...
Oh, there goes a half.
Yeah. I try to keep as much pressure as I could on him and just make it really difficult on him.
Oh, I guess you're trying to run half. You just had it up there, but you're kind of like a spiral.
Right.
Spiral right, I guess. He's turning in. Nothing. Still inbounds. All right, we're out. Fresh start. Let's go back to the center.
Honestly, looking back on it, I should have just let him go and kept trying to take him down.
Yeah. All right. Switch. All right, let him go. So 3-2. Okay, now there's the call. Now, initially, Eric says you're out. Coach McNey comes to the table. He has a conference, as you should, if you have a questionable call. And Joe, I guess him and Joe confer. And
I remember hearing Joe say right away, I think you got 2 feet in. I think he had 2 and da-da-da-da. So I was pretty confident they were going to give me that one.
so now the next coach goes over to the table. And I guess Eric's going to give, the explanation to him.
Yeah. He had done a great job that whole match, not getting his arms extended on me until there.
So they give you the 2s. Now we're 5-2. You got, it's like Kentucky's Most Wanted back there on the referee line I saw.
That's funny. I don't know, that dude from Virginia was on Jim Matney's Most Wanted. There it is again.
Yeah. So you got another caution. Cover.
He was funky. He was kind of one of those wiry, strong guys that just had that funkiness about him.
Right.
Really flexible, like I said.
Yeah, right there you got half in. He wipes it off. Got it in again. We're out. He's down.
I was never one of those guys to run back to the middle. I get there on my time and then we'll start wrestling.
Yeah.
I don't get bonus points for running back, so I never saw the point in it.
He tries a little roll there. All right, you cut him.
I don't know what I was saying there.
5-3, 48 seconds. Neutral.
Yeah.
All right, start back up here.
That's where I was most confident.
And that's it. Getting to meet with everybody. It's cool to hear. People say I was the best on my feet. I was the best. There's another ankle pick.
Yeah.
I was the best on top. I was the best. Nobody could hold me on bottom.
Yeah.
It's cool just to see how different people have different. What they're. I guess what they knew they were good at.
Yeah. I had a bar right here, and somehow he gets that. See, like.
Let him.
Yeah. If I hold a wrist, I win. But
I got you for stalling.
Yeah. If I was in better shape, my game plan probably would have been to never ride people, just take them down, cut them loose, take them down. But
Yeah.
I was never a conditioning guy, so.
Here the fans counting it down. There it is, 2-time state champion, 2017, 160 pounds.
Great, man. Just a year-long goal finally accomplished. And
Oh yeah.
it's
of
kind of
course.
this year is more so business. Like I kind of felt like I had something to prove. A little less excitement there, but still
Yeah.
meant the world. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Just
yeah,
'cause
of
I just,
course.
I expected
Of
that
course.
one.
Now there's Joe,
Joe
teammate
Jackson.
Joe Jackson's in the finals. We won't talk about his. There you are, getting ready to get your medal.
Can't remember who gives me the medal. I think it's the one. I think it was.
Oh, you don't remember this?
Was it Detwild? No, Matney.
Now watch this right here. You knock your.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Really?
I
I saw that last night and I was like, I wonder if he remembers doing that.
I thought they gave me a big bracket or something, but I think they might have given that to me afterwards or something.
Yeah. You got your plaque and your Coaches Association medal and your KHSAA medal. So there you are, man. On top of the world.
Absolutely.
Second time. Well deserved.
That was a great feeling.
Oh, yeah.
missed another great wrestler who only got one, you know.
Mm-hmm.
There's that, huh?
And there it is, man. 2017, 2015, two-time state champion. Watching your videos back, we know you asked you in 15, but 2017, anything play out different than what you remembered, or anything of that, like take down differently or whatever?
Yeah, not really. I mean, like I said, I felt like I could have done and should have done a lot more. But, you know, can't really complain about winning the state title, you know.
Right. Oh, yeah, no, you can't. It doesn't go down in the history books as, you know, he stalled the whole time, or, you know, he whatever. It just shows win.
W or an L. And,
that's
you know,
it.
As long as I
W
got the
or an
win,
L.
you know.
And probably, you know, forward thinking, he's probably up on the podium thinking, you know, in about 5 years, 6 years, whatever it is, I'll be sitting in Alex Green's dining room doing the review video with him here on the YouTube channel. But no, it was very, like I was telling you off camera, I'll tell you, everybody can hear, a lot of places I've been to, Christian County, Trinity, Woodford County guys I've met with, it's all over the place. Jason Moore up in his place in Walton. Everywhere I've been, the name Geordon Blanton gets brought up, asking me because, you know, I'm from this area, of course, and everybody's like, when are you going to get that Blanton kid from 2015 or 2017? And people's also, a lot of guys have been like trying to fantasy book, you know, Geordon Blanton of 2017 versus, you know, so-and-so from 19, you know, whatever year.
Right.
I don't want to say because it'd give it away. You know, see these two guys wrestle, like, you know, I guess build a character in whatever, like whatever MMA game you play or whatever. And the legend of Geordon Blanton is well-deserved three-sport standout collegiate baseball player. You could host a camp of football, basketball, wrestling, and you would get, or basketball, football, wrestling, or baseball, and be able to attract a good crowd. People, you have name value. You could go to a camp, people would recognize your name from Kentucky, who you are in all three sports. So, Geordon, man, anything to wrap this video up about your career?
Like I said, I just wanted to touch on that, you know, none of this is possible without some of the best teammates, support system, friends, and coaches you can have. And in my opinion, the greatest coach you could have is Jim Matney. And couldn't tell you how much he done for my career and just my life, and not even my sports career, just, you know, the outlook on my life. And everything, you know, everything in high school was through him, done through him, you know.
Right.
Even with baseball, he had say in my baseball. You know, every time he had the only cage I could go hit in the town, and I'd go up there with Dalton Matney. And I mean, I remember a time I hit with Dalton and he had a broke foot. I mean, he had a broke foot for 3 weeks and he was hitting with me. And
I can believe that.
That just goes to show how tough Coach Matney is. And if, you know, he thinks you have a lot in you, then he expects a lot out of you. And I couldn't have been more thankful for that.
And a part of playing for Coach Matney, and of course, you know, Coach Matney's passed away, R.I.P. Jim Matney. He has a famous speech that after he passed away, that it blew up and everybody, you know, heard it, knows about it. It's, we are who we are. We're boys from the mountain, from the hollers, from the small towns. Don't you let anybody come in here, especially from a big city, be able to walk out of here thinking they're better people than you are. And
I just got chills again.
It's so powerful of a speech, because whether you played sports, whether you didn't, if you're from the eastern part of Kentucky, that resonates with you.
Absolutely.
Whether you played football or wrestled for him at Sean Clark, whether you was on a team with him at Belfry, whether you wrestled or played football for him at Johnson Central, that speech that he gives resonates with so many people, and it's so powerful because, I mean, that is it encapsulates everything that the eastern part of Kentucky believes. And being from the eastern part of Kentucky, so many people resonate with that speech just because it is so powerful. And Coach Matney delivered it perfectly. And I can't say thank you enough to Geordon for coming in. It took us a while. As soon as I started, after I'd done Josh Muncie's the first video, I reached out to Geordon on Twitter. I reached out to his dad, said, "Hey, JC, you know, get with me," but you had baseball, and I wasn't going to interrupt your baseball season. I just wasn't going to do that. It was, you know, your last year, and I know you have aspirations for beyond, and I wasn't going to be like, "Hey, you've got to take an hour and meet with me." No, but you was able to come in today and meet with me here at the house, and I really appreciate it. It's I know your videos are going to get a lot of views because, like I said, Geordon Blanton has a lot of name value to a lot of people, and it's just, I'm glad that we finally got you on the channel so the world can see Geordon Blanton.
No, I appreciate you having me, man. I appreciate it. That was awesome.
And we've got a lot has went down the last, as we're filming this, the last hour before I met with Geordon. Some guys from here, you guys are answering the call. I've said in every video, if you have years that I don't, reach out to me. Well, one of our friends from Harrison County, Eric Dingus, on the channel, he had some old state tournaments. I haven't even went through them yet because I went and met his son, Eric's son, Logan, in Prestonburg, picked the VHS tapes up, come back, haven't even watched them yet. Jordan beat me to the house here, and after we get done, we're going to go through and watch the videos, but other people's reaching out. So if there's years that I don't have, please reach out to me. Please. Had a gentleman, I'm not going to say who it is, I don't want to spoil it, from Louisville, sent me a VHS tape through the mail, and I converted it for him. It had his state finals on it, and we're going to get together and do his, and whenever we can get together. But just little things like that. I know this series is resonating with people because people's digging through their, I'm not going to say the videos they put up, but the stuff they've not given any thought of. Now it's on everybody's mind because the series is so popular. Right. People like Jordan, people like getting to see Joe Carr, Isaac Knable, Bruce Stepp, all these names from the past that are finally getting their just due as they should have gotten right away. Now this series is able to show people, hey, we've got good wrestling in Kentucky. We've got good stories in Kentucky, and we're going to be out leading the charge. Like Coach Matney says in his speech, don't you let anybody come in here, especially from a big city, be able to walk out here thinking they're better people than you are. Just because we're from Kentucky and our high school wrestling may not be as known does not mean we don't have good wrestling. Right. I guess that's where I get it from, is my state's not going to be left behind. My state's going to be out leading the charge. We're not going to be 50th place. We're going to be at the tip of the spear letting everybody know, hey, Alex Green's YouTube channel is where you can see the best Kentucky wrestling that's ever been. Jordan, that's all we got, man. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. And keep us posted on whatever you do with your life, man.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
All right. That's all we got. We got some big names coming. I'm not going to ruin them here. I want to make it a surprise when they pop up on the channel or pop up on my social media feed. We do have some big Kentucky names coming. I promise. I can't divulge it yet. I want to, but I don't want to say who they are because we got to get a few things lined out date-wise. But I don't want to, not be able to say something I can't come through with. But just trust me, we got some big things coming. That's all we got. We'll see you guys on the mats.